everybody, Toasted Loaf. This is SVRVIVE.
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 SVRVIVE. Survive. Survive.
Survive. I just realised then, even though it's survive, it's got vive in it as well, and it's for the vibe. Inception.
SVRVIVE. SVRVIVE.
Survive.
Yes. Did I get everybody's attention yet? I'm gonna get back to this video at the end of the presentation, but I would like to introduce myself. I'm FAVIANA VANGELIUS. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Survive Studios, or Survive, however you want to name it. And it's a VR games company's distributor based in Stockholm, Sweden. And so far, we started in May last year, together with these guys. We are 5 co-founders, and we are funded with 15 million SEK. That's roughly $2 million. We are 15 people currently, and we actually released a game called also Survive These Helix. And it was recently rewarded one of the best HTC Vive games by PC Advisor. So that is very cool and fun. But I'm here today to talk about how to succeed in unknown VR territory and to share some of the strategies that we use. And we made it pretty simple, 7 key approaches, very Twitter friendly. So here we go. Lesson number 1, speed, to be fast. And there's a couple of reasons why. The first being market shares. It's being such a small market yet, if you are fast, then you get to have more market shares, or at least more easily. The same goes with partnerships. You get to talk with all the major companies such as HTC Vive or Microsoft. You have Oculus, Facebook, Google, Sony. I mean, there's so many now. You get to more easily talk to them, make more partnerships, as well as journalists, etc. And then thirdly, insights. You learn a lot. So by doing a lot of, learn a lot of insights, and the more you do, the more you learn. Going to number 2, build on the unique market values. And from our perspective is pretty much, what is it that makes VR unique? It's very simple, really, but it's very important to have this in your mind when you create. And the first, well, escapism. You get to escape to other worlds. 2, immersion. Everybody knows that with VR, you get the most immersiveness than ever medium before. And the 3, experience strong emotions, feelings. This is a picture taken from our first game. And even though it's not a horror game, it's actually a mystery adventure game with puzzles. People tend to easily get scared because it's in dark environments, because it's so immersiveness. So think of the uniqueness of what you get to create. Then push yourself to innovation. There is no blueprint. Meaning, when we first started, I mean, there were no VR schools, barely any VR companies, so we just had to learn by doing. And with new tech comes new opportunities. So to seize it, take the chance. Even if most of you are doing mobile, there is VR mobile as well. So there is opportunities there as well. And we get to set the standards, because there are no rule book, pretty much. 4th, and this is actually my favorite, fuck-ups. Meaning, try many things, repeat, be innovative. And of course, with fuck-up, I mean to fail fast. This is how you will learn. And if you remember the first step, to be quick, you will have a big advantage than the rest of the peers. And then after that, of course, you need to analyze everything, all the learnings, all the mistakes. And then with the 5 to diversify your team, this is our team in Stockholm. We are 15 people now, once again, so there's missing a couple of people. This is taken like a month ago. But welcome the differences. And use the power of the crowd. The more you sit around and talk to each other, the more new ideas will gather from it. And let your people mingle. That's what we are all here for, aren't we? Network, and also your employees. I mean, by talking to each other, we get to get new insights as well. And this is a lot to do with number 6, making friends by networking as well. Build this community. It's so little right now that we're not many people working in VR or AR for that matter, or MR, mixed reality. Build it together. If it doesn't exist where you're from, just start it. In Stockholm, we have a Stockholm VR meetup that one of our co-workers started. And today we are over 1,000 members. So we are creating together and learning a lot together. And this is important. See each other as colleagues, not competitors, not enemies. The market is so tiny that it's useless to compete or be enemies over so little shares. And we're all in this together pretty much. So if our friends over in Stockholm, our other VR games company, if it goes well for them, it will go well for us as well, because the market being so little. So help each other out, talk to each other, share your fuck-ups with each other, and we will all benefit more from it. And then say yes to the curious. We get a lot of people very curious, of course, wanting to know, wanting to meet, wanting to learn. And we've all been in this ourselves, not only in VR, just any type of industry, even mobile, because that started once as well, didn't it? And those people will be pioneers, or could be, and maybe they want to start something. And if you're friendly and help them out, once again, we will all benefit from it. And going back to the first video with the YouTubers, find your own voice, which is what we did at Survive. We were seeing that a lot of people were having difficulties pronouncing it, and a lot of people were making fun, especially on Reddit. They can be mean anyways, trolls, but we just embraced this and made it into our own. And so I'm gonna play the trailer that we created because of this. Also because it was a very expensive trailer, so this is me getting some back of the ROI's, return of investment. So I hope you enjoy it.
From the creators of virtually nothing, except the pre-alpha demo of the same title. SVRVIVE, the Deus Helix.
Yeah, so it says coming soon, but it's actually already out there. But that was actually the end of my presentation, and I want to really want you to ask questions now that we have time. I also have the Twitter, of course. I've learned this from previous presentations. But please, any question whatsoever. Yep.
What is your funding model?
My funding
Model. You said
model.
2 million euros?
Yeah. So it's VC, venture capital, pretty much.
And then how do you plan to make that back?
Oh, we have, you mean the money back, yeah. So we're in this for the long run, pretty much. And because the market being so tiny, right now it's all about insights, learnings. Because it's pretty much early adopters nowadays, and we know it is going to happen. It's going to reach the mass market. It's not the question when, it's a question, no, if, it's a question if when. So in order to be able to be there once it hits, we need to be and have endurance, what it's called. So we need to learn as much as we can, being well, multiple platforms, and pretty much as most of games and experiences is obviously by selling the game, but then we also have other business models going with partnerships. It could be either with other what's it called, brands and platforms. But the number one is of course selling games. So we are on Steam at the moment, which is on with PC VR, which is HTC Vive, and they tend to pay for the games more than mobile VR. Even though it's VR, they still see it as mobile apps, and most people don't want to pay for that. So that's why we're also on the PC VR. Any more game? Nope. Well, yep.
So,
thank you.
So you guys have got some venture capitalists behind you.
Yep.
How's the experience been for you so far? Because obviously in the previous panel we were talking about funding, especially for the hedge funds. What's your opinion on how you found it so far being with VC?
Yeah. So I would say that the question was how has it been getting funded? With the VC as well. And I'd say it's because I have my points, 1, 2, 3, so I will stick with it. I'd say because of 3 points mainly. It's first being the team, the number one. We're so diverse in the beginning. We're not only developers, we're also business developers and also marketing. We have that in our baggage. So the first being the team, have a great team. And also the second being, of course, VR. If we would have come saying, hello, we are a mobile apps or mobile company, maybe we wouldn't have gotten money or not as much at the very least. VR is very hot, and it's being more and more talked about, and people are more curious and wanting to be in it. So 2 is VR, and then the third, the idea. We had an actual prototype to show. It wasn't just empty-handed or a PDF. We actually had something to show and see how fast we are. We did this, etc. So the product, basically. So I'd say those 3. No one else? All right. Once again, I'm on Twitter, and thank you so much for having me.